Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to our children's story. My name is Yanda.
My name is Mandy.
And we are so excited to have you again for another inspiring story. What is the title of our story today?
Obedience and Faithfulness.
Obedience and faithfulness. Well, let us listen closely. Boys and girls, do you know what obedience is? And do you know what faithfulness is? Well, let us read our story to learn more. Joseph's dog would always go to the gate to say goodbye or to wait for him when he arrived home from school. After a festive greeting, the dog would sit on the rug and wait until Joseph had time to play. If the boy was sad, the dog would also be sad. If he was happy, the dog would bark to show its happiness. The dog was obedient and faithful no matter what. As soon as Joseph called, it would run to meet him. What a wonderful story of Joseph and his dog. Well, I don't have a dog, but I'm sure some of you boys and girls have a dog. And you can also say, just like Joseph's dog, that when you come into the house, your dog comes running to you and greets you. And just like how Joseph's dog is obedient and faithful to Joseph, we need to be obedient and faithful to our parents. So what does obedience and faithfulness mean? Obedience means listening to your parents whenever they ask you to do something. And faithfulness means always being by your parents' side in whatever situation. So, what can we learn from this story?
We can learn that being obedient and faithful are the characteristics of dogs. What about boys and girls? How do you think they should be?
Well, I think we should be obedient and faithful as well. It is also part of our characteristic as human beings. And we do not only become faithful to our parents, but we also should be faithful and obedient to God. So, what is our memory verse for today?
It's found in John 23, verse 35. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another.
Amen. So before we go, boys and girls, we are going to bow our heads, close our eyes, and put our hands together for a short prayer. Thank you for the people you put around me. Help us to love one another. Amen. Thank you, boys and girls, for joining me for another story. My prayer for you today is that you may remember, just like Joseph's dog, to be faithful and obedient. And that is how God knows that we love him. And that is how our parents also know that we love them too.